but I'll quickly go through it as I'm doing it. So if you get this problem, it's a power steering motor in these Fiat Puntos. It's not a pump like a hydraulic pump, it's an electric motor that sits in the steering column just below the steering wheel. It's behind all the plastics. I'll try and show it now on the camera, and you can see this silver thing here. Basically, to change them, you need to take the steering wheel off and take all the plastics off around it, and the motor itself, should I say, it's just nuts and bolts, but there's a tricky bit underneath, but we'll get to that, I'll show you. So after taking all the plastics off around all the steering column, that's a bit fiddly, but it's just an Allen key. So we'll get all them off, and now see here, there's a little Allen key in the side of the steering wheel, and pull it out. There's a hole there. There's a hole on each side of the steering wheel. I'll show you that view so you can see it there. So you stick an Allen key in that side, and an Allen key in this side. This isn't the official tool, but it works. Basically, you push into those Allen keys and it releases the mechanism inside the steering wheel so you can pull the front off. Now make sure before you do any of this you disconnect the battery. There's no power to the airbag. But yeah, that's the next step. So after you've put the two Allen keys in each side, clip this off and the whole unit pulls out, but be careful with it because this is the airbag. So in here you've got, just get a bit of light. So the sun's so bright. So you've got a connection here, this white wire that goes into there. So you take that out first, and then you have to disconnect these two in the back. If that centre console you just undid, this is the airbag connection, so you can move the airbag out of the way. But be careful with it, guys. Right, that's off. So disconnected then, pulled the airbag off, and you're safe now. Put that on the floor over there out of the way, just in case. Just handle it gently. Next thing is this big Torx bolt in the middle. Get that off, and then your steering wheel's off. So that's it. If you're just removing the steering wheel for whatever reason, that is it. And to put it back on, your steering wheel goes back on the shaft, that bolt back in, connect the airbag back up gently, and this wire, and it just pops back in. Then it just literally clips back in, and you're done. Just get all your plastic trims back on behind the steering wheel. But we're also changing the power steering motor, so we'll get to that once this is off. Right, we've removed the steering wheel using a 45 Torx bit to get this big bolt out. So when you take the steering wheel off, be very, very gentle, like I've not, because if you pull it out, it'll pull all these wires with it and yank this bit out, which is a flexi wire for the control module, so it can turn with the wheel, and it's a ball ache to get back in. We've just been messing with it for 10 minutes. So yeah, be careful when you take the steering wheel off. So the next step is to get this control module off. So there's an Allen key bolt underneath, straight where my finger is there, and many others, but I'll show you each one as I go. So I'm going to get that off first and try and slide this off. Just loosen the control unit. So I'll try and show it on the camera. So this little clamp here, that the bolt that I pointed to just before is this. That's underneath, but it's tucked right behind, so you have to get right under it to see it. You undo that, and it literally just slides off. So now you've exposed your steering motor, power steering motor, which is here, and it's all this unit, just so you know. This is the new one. So this is the bit that steering wheel goes on, and that's what you can see there. After releasing the module, there's two bolts, two nuts should I say, on the bottom of these. So there's one there and one there. They're easy to get to, 13 in size. And then this whole assembly, so all the ignition barrel and the column adjust mechanism slides off, exposing the bit you're replacing. So this is the top of the power steering motor. So next it's getting to that and getting that off. So slid the control module all the way and put all the ignition barrel and column adjust mechanism out of the way. So we've got now the actual power steering pump, and underneath, bottom left, you see that blue clip here, that there, and that small one there. They need to come out next. Hold up, so this is probably the hardest bit yet. So right at the back here, there's a bolt on that side and not on that side. So here's the new one. It's basically, they go into these holes on each side of it. So you need to get them out. Like I say, that electrical clip out, and then we're nearly out then. We're nearly... I've got the 2 bolts off. You can just see in there, that's one side, and then the other side is there. So it's now loose. So the last bolt is behind your clutch pedal to the left there, and it's that silver thing there that I'm pointing at. You need to undo that to pull the shaft out, and it should come out, but I'll let you know.